Hey guys, Bob Black, Bob on Bass. Thanks for joining me on my channel today. Today, I'm going to show you my favorite bass amp. Stick around. So you guys that know me know I've gone through quite a few bass amps this year. Some have been okay, just okay. Others, the last amp I had, the clipping was terrible. Always clipping. Didn't matter what I did. You know, I changed the master volume, I changed the input volume, I tried everything. And it didn't really help. Anyway, I got this amp, and this thing absolutely blew me away. So I'll show it to you right now. This is the Andrew Goucher, the AG1000 by Mark Bass, and this thing is absolutely killer. Killer. Now, I've had experience with Mark Bass in the past. I had the Richard Bona signature model, and although that sounded great, there was a couple of times that it really let me down. Once was in actually a couple of times in a big concert. It just shut down. Now, it only shut down for maybe 15 or 20 seconds, but oh man, talk about a frightening situation. And also, the line out to go to the front of the house sometimes worked and sometimes it didn't. So I had to get rid of that one. But recently I've decided, I tried an orange bass amp. I tried a Mesa Boogie, which clipped all the time, no matter what I did. That thing was built like a tank, but it just wasn't it. Now I plugged this thing in. I'm telling you what, there's a band that I work with that doesn't use any subwoofers or anything. It's just the bass amp you're going through. And I'll tell you what, this thing, I don't think it's ever clipped. It's very strange. Never clipped. It sounds fantastic. It's so loud. It's so clean. It's punchy as all can be. Anyway, let's go over some of the specs and we'll get back to you. Okay, so on the front panel here, we got an input. We got the gain, the input gain. Now, this one, instead of having bass, low, mid, treble, all that, it has different frequencies. So this says, 65 hertz. So this is your bass, and 100 hertz, 500 hertz, 1.4 kilohertz, 6 kilohertz. It just goes up and up there. We got on-off switch. We got a foot switch if you want to use that for your EQ or your mute. We do have a mute button here. Yeah, it's got everything you want to need. This is the first amp I've ever seen with a limiter control. Now, I've tried it with it off. I've tried it with it all the way up. Now, I normally just leave it all the way up. This amp has never even clipped. It's incredible. Playing loud with a 3-piece rock and roll band. No subs, just coming out the amp. This thing does not clip. It's incredible. Very, very good. Let's check out the back of it here. One thing I wish they had, they only have one speak-on out. That's all I need, but 2 would have been nice. What else? We've got our electrical hookup, a fan with the speaker out. We've got a tuner out. That's kind of useless with what we use nowadays. It's either on your pedal board or I have one of those clip-on ones. We got send and return. We've got pre-EQ, post-EQ, and we've got a ground lift and a line out. Typical kind of stuff. This case, by the way, is really awesome because as you can see, you can open it up and still access the front panel, the back panel, and the side panel. Has ports there for so it doesn't overheat. And a storage compartment. I put the power cord in there. This is a beautiful case. Beautiful case. Costs about $60, but beautiful. So some of the specs. This is the little AG1000. The list price is $869.99, although I've seen it online for $739.49. It's the Andrew Goucher signature. If you haven't seen him, you got to check him out. It's 1,000 watts at 4 ohms, or 600 watts RMS at 8 ohms. It weighs 7 pounds. Yeah. And let's run it through and we'll check it out. Of course, I'm just going through the amp. There's no, processing of any kind. All right, so let's check it out. All right, so let's give a listen to this thing. Straight up, everything equalizer, everything straight up. Let's boost the bass a bit. Try not to blow the doors off the camera mic here. That's what that sounds like. That's the 65 hertz. Let's boost the 100 hertz. It's kind of like a low mid. It sounds real nice. Rattling in the house here. I'm just going through the amp and the cabinet here, so be aware of that. 500 hertz. It's kind of like a high mid. I wouldn't use a lot of that. Somewhere in the middle would be good. 1.4 kHz. Like a trebly thing. It looks like 6 kHz. The very, very highest sparkly sound there. Well, I'll show you what I use. I use the bass up a little here. That's the 65 and the 100. Sounds great. I mean, this amp will blow the doors off the house. I mean, it's that powerful and so clean. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. As long as it's reliable, if it doesn't let me down like the Richard Bona model that I had. That's been discontinued, by the way. It was a great sounding amp. It just, in the middle of a concert, shut down. Oh, maybe 15, 20 seconds, but enough, man, to scare the bejesus out of me. And also, like I said before, a couple of times the line out didn't work. I hope this one is more reliable because the sound it's just unbeatable. It's just unbeatable. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining me on my channel today. I hope that was helpful. Please do hit like and subscribe. That really helps me out. I do have a Patreon account if you feel so inclined. I want to thank my patrons, and especially Sid Ackerblom, who really helps this channel out a lot. He's got a cool concert coming up, which I'll share with you. Anyway, thanks for joining me, and we'll see you again next time.